Another major champ alongside Minjee Lee, two-time major champ. Came back this morning, made bogey to finish up at the final hole. So he had 8 groups out there last night when play was suspended, then had to come back out, finish the opening round today. .171 in the opening round for Minjee.
Next on the tee from Shanghai.
And Minjee Lee next to go.
And the better of the angles with this whole location, the back left corner from this right side of the fairway, a good angle. She's got 164 to the pin, but anything just right of this hole is going to kick down towards the pin. So likely playing out towards the center.
Good shot. I feel like Minjee could be a player to watch today. He's had some bright.
Much so that whether you're into the grain or down grain can be so dramatic, the difference.
Now Minjee for birdie. I think it helped her page there that she had seen Lexi's putt.
She was a good student, no doubt.
Saw how much break it had in it, so good start for Ronnie.
And for Minjee and the players on this hole, just needs to keep it in the fairway. There is a bunker on the left that does come into play at the landing area, and it will be landing softly into the face.
Interesting difference from Minjee compared to Lydia. Minjee hit 17 greens yesterday and just couldn't get that putter going, so that's also why I think that's important. But as you mentioned, kudos to the team here. It was...
Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it. I did.
Picking a good target, important where this hole is located. You got to carry an extra 3 steps if you go at the hole. It's kind of protected by this front bunker on the right. So 166, so she's looking at 161 carry on line with pin. This is conservative, though, out to the left.
Going to roll back down. Right up to the 3rd.
To walk up to a squishy area with a lot of grain. So I think on this particular shot, while it's not in the low portion, it's going to be on the upslope, which again could be a problem with catching the grain. So here it's just going to be about clean contact.
Yeah, whenever I was chipping on grainy areas, I always picked the heel of the club up just ever so a little bit. I would almost like lift the handle of the club just so that less of the club goes through, gets caught, so to speak, in the grain. Looks like our hands are a little bit on the lower side here.
Clean contact. Made that look easy. Well done.
We did see the grain catch out some players around the green.
As we listen in to Minjee and her caddy Mikey.
They've decided on an 8-iron, and the real challenge with this green and this whole location is there's really only about 15 paces, or excuse me, 15 feet of depth. No, 15 paces, sorry, 45 feet of depth between the front edge and the hole.
Yeah.
Good position.
She was staring it down. I couldn't tell if she was worried or if she thought it was all over the flag. But kind of split.
Makes it sound like such a pain.
Well, when you're going out to look at the golf course, you kind of wish you could just...
It is a golf course, you know.
If you're trying to skip up to the next group, yes, it is a little bit of a circuitous route. It's uphill the whole way.
That looked good, I'm sure.
Yeah, you mentioned Minjee and her start with the long putter. Yulimi No as well, winning the second event.
Yeah.
With
Under par, leading the way. Minjee Lee in the bunker here at 4.
It's 175 yards to get past the pinch in this fairway. I think she's laying back. Yeah, laying back just short of that. Roning slope back towards the players and to the right once it lands.
I don't think it's quite playing 100. It's playing 99. So one of these is 100. No, I think you can just get a touch. Just a little less than full. Yeah, put 94 playing 90.
It's a great opportunity to try to take advantage of this par 5.
just a controlled swing here. Don't want to put too much spin on it.
Now wants that spin.
Tried to play the backstop, but didn't quite get it far enough up the slope. It sits quite a ways behind.
Back at 4, birdie look, and a good look from right behind for Minjee.
Would have gotten a little bit of a teach off Lexi's.
Yeah, it's just hard to hit it high enough there. It's such a quick putt, Paige.
That's exactly what it appears to be. It's really difficult to get.
Now Minjee.
She would do well to just fly it past Ronnie's ball. Oh, wow. Well done.
Oh, lovely. That's almost a guaranteed birdie there for Minjee Lee, so that'll get her to 3 under par. Talked about Minjee trying to make a move today, doing.
Not in the field this week because of injury. Back out at the 6th, Minjee Lee for birdie. Did she? Oh, she did.
Yeah, she felt like last week she made quite a few long-range putts, and that was it's kind of been the difference. We know Minjee's an exceptional ball striker, especially iron player.
Long putter's working, Morgan.
The long putter is making long putts.
Shortly back to the other side of the golf course. Minjee Lee at 7.
And that was a 7 iron on a very nice line. And the
A 30-minute ride from where we are here at the Woodlands, out to the 7th.
slow from right to left for Minjee.
Not a bad effort from Minjee.
Tee at the 8th, and you're thinking birdie. There's no doubt about it. Minjee Lee.
Yeah, this first assignment, though, again, avoiding those bunkers. It was 269 to carry that middle portion where Lexi was, so not anybody able to do that today.
Might even be thinking eagle, playing at 4.22 today, this 8th hole. So far, it's early, but that front hole location, that's what she was trying to do.
Yeah. Doesn't have to tell you whether she was trying to do it or not. Minjee Lee second at 8.
Similar location to where Yin hit it. Anywhere at that front edge is going to be a great shot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're very nice.
That settles down into the middle trough in this green.
How about that swing, Morgan?
Yeah, Minjee's swing is so efficient. She really is able to load her lower body very well. It's always been.
I see. I got it. Eagle try here now. Minjee Lee at the 8th.
First 10 feet back up the hill, and then it'll trickle down towards the cup.
Really spot on from long range today. That's a hard one to leave short.
Yeah.
So we've been watching long putt.
Where she flips the putter upside down, almost plumb bobs it upside down with the long putter. This should be having quite a bit of movement from left to right.
She has been really solid on those left to righters today. Putt on the first hole, that one there, just really confident in her start lines.
This is the tee shot at the 9th for Minjee Lee.
Another hole that's a little easier with softer fairways. Got bunkers along the left, but this in good shape.
To have the perfect speed, because if you don't have the perfect speed, the grain will take it.
Minjee's second.
Well, with those two shots, it might make you switch your alignment a little bit more to the right, but that one, a bit bizarre there.
Back at the 9th hole, and this is Minjee going to chip this one. Fancied it.
Especially with lift clean in place time, you can give yourself a perfect lie. Might as well go with the chip, avoid the green. Anybody safe par in our coverage.
Minjee Lee, tee at 10.
Acting as the guinea pig for this group. That less than driver. It's a hole that typically the longest hitters hit less than driver, but so soft out here today.
Yeah, you could tell she didn't like that.
And the truck trying to tell me watch out for the Jags, but I'm not going with there. Go Bears. All right, back out to the play here on what's turned out to be a really nice day so far. Minjee Lee second at 10, some tree trouble.
And this is about as difficult as you can get. Morgan, you talked about the difficulty of hitting a low cut shot. That's what she's going to need. Fairway runs out quick on the left.
Oh boy.
That was an odd trajectory coming out under the trees. Just tried to be too aggressive.
All right, Minjee Lee here at the 10th, and obviously this is her 4th after putting her 2nd in the water.
Just going to take delicate touch here. And that kind of exploded.
So rolling along, but now some trouble here after making the turn.
Wood, which left her back far enough where she then was blocked out by trees. Had she hit driver, kind of on a similar line, she may have had a better opening. Again, it's easy to second guess all the way around.
There's nothing worse, Paige. I don't know how you felt, but then laying up and hitting a poor layup, then it defeats the purpose. So frustrating.
Gonna have to give this one quite a bit to the right.
Oh, what a putt. I know it's a bogey, but
that's a great bogey.
yes.
That's a confidence building bogey if there is one. See a putt go in, dropping 1 instead of 2.
Important too, just
To see her in contention, it would bring a lot of energy into the championship, I think, over the weekend. Now Minjee.
Following suit, another good one.
Pretty good ones there off the tee at the 11th. Playing preferred lies in the second round. They did not play it in the opening round. So the players that had to come back and finish up this morning, including this group, had to play in some difficult conditions there over those last few shots. Minjee in good shape off the tee.
8th hole to 11.
Now Minjee's second.
Slight downhill lie, so in this case it may come out a little bit low just due to the lie, and still has a ton of yardage left in. 176 this hole. That also sounded a little skinny.
Yeah, it's more of a natural tendency off the downslope, but works out nicely.
Yeah, good line.
Now Minjee for the birdie, trying to bounce back after the problems on the previous hole.
Have more confidence having seen that long one go in on the previous hole. This one, not enough speed, though.
We'll find that with players that rather than gripping down on a club, they might just change the shot shape to try to get a little bit more out of it with a draw, a little less with a fade, and that may have been what Roning did. I don't think Minjee has to manipulate this at all. I think it's a solid 8-iron.
It's just unusual. Course management 101. Don't want to take the longer of the two clubs to a back flag.
Minjee Lee here at 12, reading this putt.
Yeah, and besides the fact that there's, of course, danger in challenging this whole location, she is kind of living on the edge where she ended up. There's quite a bit of bunker sand splash that has entered her line, so she spent a good amount of time housekeeping, trying to get all those impediments out of her line. You could see as she was lining up, that was what I was referring to, kind of an upside-down putter plumb bob. She's been using to reinforce her line.
Like usually when you plumb bob, you use the weight of the head of the putter to get it completely vertical.
Right, and to have a solid hang.
Steam for that line. Yeah, otherwise you're not sure it's straight. You can trust it. Been a good day. Had that bogey at 10, but even that.
Extra launch.
Now Minjee.
Gained quite a bit of yardage several years ago. Really increased the power off of the tee right before she won the U.S. Open a couple years ago. Proving it once again.
He's going along well, getting it to 4 under for the day. Couple of holes ahead, Minjee Lee.
Part of the challenge here is if you don't want to go for it, you still got to take a lot of club to take those bunkers out of play. Minjee only a couple steps in front of where Roning was, 255. She's playing it out to the left. This is a good position play.
Especially with that whole location all the way over on the right side there. Gives herself plenty of green to work with each other. Like Lindy said, it's a lot of fun when you're playing with somebody else. You can get in that rhythm, opposite of what we saw yesterday from Nellie's group, who really couldn't get anything going.
Now Minjee's third.
Great execution to have this leave. That is the best leave you can have on this hole, kind of shooting up this green. But this, watch this.
There's just that ridge, Paige, that is really difficult. It repels balls away from that. Actually, of that length, coming through the fringe is going to get just off the ground for a short period of time. Just want to make sure it doesn't lose the speed. The ball does sit down into a depression with gravity and the way that it sits in the fringe.
Minjee's going to go with the putter here. You like this choice?
I do. I very much like this choice, and I think even though she's off the green, this is a situation where she's looking to make this. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge to it. Of course, part of it's going to be judging the speed through that grainy fringe.
And just see if this ball stays on the ground or if it hops a little bit.
That was
Velcro going through that fringe.
Those were just enough hops to take the pace off. And obviously had a lot more fringe to cover.
Making a bit of a mess of this par 5, aren't they, this group?
Playing even par.
This morning, some players did have to come back, including this group, to finish their first rounds earlier, but they then just went straight back out in the second round. Minjee for par.
Watching her line that up there, almost looked like she was trying to line up the ball, the line on the ball properly, using the putter there, the putter shaft.
And these players returned this morning. They'd have to wait quite a while out in the fairway.
Until Hayden, you look up at the leaderboard, glance at it as you head from practice area to the first tee. I bet they're surprised.
Yeah, it's a different bit of pressure going back to the tee, being in the lead, as opposed to feeling like you have to chase. Definitely a different mentality. Be interesting to see how they play, especially right out of the gate.
Gonna hang in there, yes. Settles in. Minjee Lee, second coming up at 14.
And because she pushed her drive down here, she's only got 128 yards. Wind has picked up just in the last 90 seconds or so, which in a lot of ways actually makes this shot easier because it's back into the player's face, slightly out of the right as well. She should have a little more control over the distance and not letting it get away from her beyond this hole.
Aim at the camera tower right there.
Trying to draw it in.
Got ever so slightly towards her toes there. That's typically the sign of a pull.